Greetings, dear viewers. I may have to set the light a bit down later. I don't know. We'll see. In the studio with me, as usual, are Stefan and the adorable Moomin forefather, Albert. Bertil. Okay, I may have turned that down a bit. Okay, that's quite loud. Is there something wrong with him? No, no. It's fine. The beer for today is Oppigård's Oppigård's independent craft brewery turbo stout, like that, and it's 8.7%. Malt is Pilsner malt, oats, and caramel malt. Smoked malt and roasted maize or roasted corn. Yeah, roasted corn. And hops is Hercules. So, you see them there. Is in Swedish, and this is a Swedish beer. Okay. There's in English. Okay, contains oats and barley malt. Okay, there we have it. And that's the usual. And please recycle and don't drink while pregnant. Okay. Wow. Wow. This is so thick. It's so aromatic. It's a bit smoky. If you a bit smoky, it's probably the roasted corn or the rostat. It's not directly roasted in in English. Roasted, yeah, roasted, yeah. Yeah, anyway, this is so, yeah, smoky, and sweet and thick, very thick, like Creaky Blinders like Creaky Blinders accent. What accent? Oh yeah, I had an interesting day today. I first day after being 4 weeks away. I had I was 4 weeks off for summer vacation for the annual leave and all kinds of new, well, not new, but different shizzle going on. Okay, who do we have in the chat? We have Pizza. Thank you, mates. Good day to you too. Pizza and Bowie says hello. Yes, says hello. Wonderful. The fourth one in watching, I think. Possibly. Not sure. I'm not entirely sure. Oops, not like that. By the way, please keep leaving me comments on my videos because the algorithm liked it when you started leaving the comments that below my videos and actually my views. And when the comments, it doesn't have to be much. It can be just space comma. Battery is cute. Hate is a cunt. Hate is a cunt. Don't know. Whatever. just just some random shit about me or my channel. I don't care what it is, but just something that really helps my channel, and also leave a like, because that really helps the algorithm and really helps to get my um, helps my channel grow. So let's see. Oh, by the way, uh, please don't go and watch Matt Powell. He's an ass. Okay. Anyway, leaving me a comment helped me a great deal. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe. At least consider it and tickle the notification bell for notifications. Also, very big shout out to Flems. Flems is my patron. He's been my patron from almost the very beginning, and it's highly appreciated. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I think yes. So let's go to the beef of today. Yes, here's my brief glance at my Patreon. Okay, let's see. Oops. Why do I have things like this here? Okay. So the title of my video was a bit clickbaity. It's the 330,000 US dollars is in legal fees, but I use the clickbaity because it's in this case it's equivalent to being fined. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, Idaho this is from LGBTQNation.com, and this is from Friday, August 12th, which is just this past Friday. So Idaho forced to pay 320,000 United States US dollars for passing the trans law it knew was unconstitutional. As discussed before, most of these people know that these pieces of pathetic excuses for legislation are unconstitutional. Peter says, just a piss in the ocean, in my humble opinion. Yeah, it's a piss in the ocean, but it's still an ocean to the right direction. Okay. So, the state of Idaho has been ordered to pay $321,224.50 in legal fees because of the anti-transgender law passed in 2020 that had already been ruled unconstitutional. In 2018, U.S. Magistrate Judge Candy Dale ruled that it was unconstitutional for Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, or IDHW, to completely block transgender people from correcting the gender marker on their birth certificates. That case was brought by a transgender woman who was called a tranny faggot at Social Security office when she showed them her birth certificate. Of course they did. Hmm? In 2020, State Representative Julian Young of the Republicans, of course, introduced a bill to ban changes to birth certificates outside a narrow set of examples. She said that the birth certificate is a quote-unquote historical document, and it's which it is not. It's a legal. It's a legal. It's a legal document, not a historical document. Just like your good old Bible isn't an historical or a scientific book. Yeah. She was saying that there is an ongoing discussion about this. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, but fine. But I will tell you, as a woman who is aware of the crime statistics related to the vulnerability of females as a group, this concerns me. She said, uh, Peter says, and the taxpayers will pay and the guilt, not the guilty parties. Boo says ignorance is deadly, and some say ignorance is bliss. Hmm? But let me tell you something. Statistics. I don't have the stats at hand. I don't have it right here, right now to show you. Okay, but I will dig them up. I'll try my best to dig them up by Friday. But I will dig those. I know because I know that those stats exist. Trans feminines and trans women and trans and other trans femmes are least likely to commit acts of violence, acts of physical violence, that is, even less so than cisgender women. Um, uh, they're less violent by than than by than most other groups of, of people. Hmm? So I will dig these stats for you. It's been a while that since I saw the stats. It was earlier this summer, so I'll dig those up for you by Friday, hopefully by Friday. But they shouldn't be impossible. Really, really hard to find. Later in 2020, Judge Dale, this would have been the U.S. Magistrate Judge Candy Dale, ruled that the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare had to follow her ruling and let transgender people correct their gender marker to their birth certificates. The plaintiffs not only succeeded in getting the state to follow the Constitution, but they asked the court to have the state pay their attorney's fees, which instead of getting nearly $450,000 they requested, they got that 320,000 USD. Uh, sorry. Uh, yeah, says Republicans don't like facts, and Bowie says facts are bane on of their existence for all Republicans. Yes, facts would destroy a bunch of facts would destroy the Republican Party. Peter says, whatever happens to representing the public interest and opinions, referring to probably what the Republicans say they are supporting. Yeah, it's it's really really interesting. Um, the ruling would not have surprised opponents of the 2020 bill. Say a Democrat rep, John Gannon, said at the time that it would be a legal disaster. When they were passing this bill, it would be a legal disaster for the Republican Party. Well, that would quote unquote open the state up to an extensive losing lawsuit paid by the taxpayers since a federal judge had already ruled against this. Yeah. I mean, I can't. For the love of me, I can't remember who it was I was talking to. So a while ago, they said Republicans, they knew all along that these bills, these horrendous anti-trans and so forth bills, were unconstitutional. They knew it all along. They knew it all along. But why did they choose to do this? The running theory is that they just did it for PR to get did it to get re-elected because they knew that it would be a hook and sink for their supporters. Their supporters would buy everything, anything, and everything they say. So what they tried to do here, I guess, they just so they because they were told uh, of the unconstitutionality of these bills, all by all experts in public and in person. So there was no way that they did not know. So it was super interesting. I think Bowie says stupid is a stupid scratched. Yeah. If my memory serves me correctly, Bowie, you are residing in the States somewhere. Because I have a question that I just don't wanna uh that I'm just too lazy to Google, but and I can't really wouldn't really Bowie says sadly yes. Yes, okay. So is there a national census system in the US? Or is it just, state level registries? Because there are all these stories you know of people getting you know uh, faking their own deaths and starting a new life under a new identity somewhere else. Uh, so, is there a centralized census system? And if so, Why would the birth certificate play such an important part in proving your identity and getting your certain documents in order? Because in Finland we don't. Okay, we can get there is such a thing as a birth certificate in Finland, but the actual form that is filled out by the hospital is sent to from the hospital to the local magistrate's office or the magistrate's office of the town the new family is residing in, or if not, or if unknown, they'll send it to the nearest, the local magistrate's office. and then we get this social security number, which includes it's hang on, two it's a 10 digit number, a 10 digit bit of information. It contains your date of birth and a four in a 6 digit form, uh and and then it contains a 4 digit identifying number, which is uh also indicates your legal gender. uh it, so what I did when I had to get my or had to get when the opportunity presented itself to get my legal gender marker, my names, and then a bit later my gender marker changed. Um, I I after obtaining the documents, the medical documents from that the law requires, I just walked into the magistrate's office, uh, where I lived at the time, showed them, presented, gave them my, I think it was a passport or an ID card, with my then, uh, the last, the then 4 digit, you know, bit, and wrong names, etc. I went there. I presented them with the documents and my ID, and then they changed it to the computer system, the digital national census system, and I got a document, like, you know indicating what, the old information and the new information. And then I went across the street to the police station, to apply for my new ID, and that's it. The only thing is when the birth certificate is really needed is if you move abroad, uh, and you need to obtain, you want to get, maybe some residence permit things. If you move outside the EU, you may want to get long-term residence permits and maybe marriage certificates, etc. So, is there is there a census system in the US, like the one we have, and most European countries have? Let's see. Hmm. Also, please leave a comment. For the those watching, please leave a comment. So I'll let's go. I'll take a moment. Okay, I now have another article I want to go through today. LGBTQnation.com, also from this past Friday. Boo says, we do, but it's pretty limited. The discrimination here is just awful. Yeah, yeah, I can only imagine. Our census system is very extensive. Sometimes maybe a bit too extensive, I think, because they still have the my old they they still have the information of my old information. So, okay, so there was an armed man, attacked an FBI office was worried that quote-unquote communists will turn his kids transgender. Ricky Schaefer tried to attack an FBI field office just days after FBI raided Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence. Why is it always the fucking Republicans? I mean, it's so awful. It's almost funny. Okay, so an armed man who was killed by police after he allegedly tried to attack an FBI field office in Cincinnati yesterday had a history of believing right-wing conspiracy theories, including the anti-transgender idea that quote-unquote communists are forcing children to transition. I mean, Boo is as stupid as Crush. And mind you, I only read the title, so I'm going completely blind on this one. But I just wanted to get this, okay? Yeah, Peter says who still claims to be a Republican. Yeah. Um. Yes. Anyway, the man identified by the Ohio State Patrol as a 42-year-old Ricky Schiffer went to the FBI field office with an RA-15 rifle and a nail gun on Thursday morning. He fired the nail gun in a visitor center to attempt to breach the security office. If you wanna get in somewhere, you don't wanna nail the door shut. He fled to his car, and after a chase by the state police and a long standoff, he was killed by a law enforcement officer. Ohio State Highway Patrol spokesman Lieutenant Nathan Dennis said that Schiffer raised a gun at officers when they opened fire on him. No officers were injured, and Schiffer was pronounced dead at the scene. No way. Christians and Republicans. Okay. Social media accounts with his name was found on Truth Social, a social Trump's very own social media platform that he created. Trump was banned, I think. I think he was banned for good from Twitter, so he set up his own Twitter. How handy. Hmm? Yeah, he was banned from the real Twitter. Yeah, real Twitter and fake Twitter. Yeah, potentially giving some insights to his. Okay, Schiffer was writing. People, this is it. This is last week Monday, I think. The day that Trump's residence was raided by the FBI. Schiffer wrote, "I hope a call to arms comes from someone better qualified, but if not, this is your call to arms from me." Are you fucking kidding me? He was encouraging people to quote unquote leave work tomorrow as soon as the gun shop slash Army Navy store slash pawn shop opens. Get whatever you need to be ready. Schiffer's last post was 15 minutes after he tried to breach the FBI office. Saying, "Well, I thought I had a way through bulletproof glass, but didn't." He tried to go through a bulletproof glass with a nail gun. Hmm. How smart. Um, Peter, are you saying Trump named this particular news fake news? I wasn't aware of that because I'm just going in blind. This was too good to be true. I just couldn't leave it until Friday. Okay. Uh, Peter says we still regret. Yeah, says brainwashed and programmed since childhood. Christians. Movie says the trash platform made more trash. Uh, he coined the term. Oh, fine. Okay. Anyway, Schaefer's other social media accounts show he believed in a number of right-wing conspiracy theories, such as to those that demonize transgender people. Uh, okay, I lost a thought, but anyway, in one tweet, hang on, it's coming back. Okay. Anyway, in one tweet on real Twitter, uh, with his name, he wrote, we need to be ready for war against the communists who chemically neuter sick, prepubescent sick so, uh, children and call it gender transitioning, but not Bell Yaki about the arguments of 30 years ago. Save the ammunition. He is calling arguments from 30 years ago. Fine, but why? Doesn't count. Those don't count anymore. Okay. Um. Yeah, he's crazy. Just batshit crazy. Hmm? Like I am, quite frankly. I'm super crazy. And I'm really really tired. Um. Oh, by the way, if you ever we another says another dinosaur using Stone Age information. Huh. By the way, he he was 40. Hang on. 42. This man is 42 years old, and he was saying, what was he saying? Not Belyaki about the arguments of 30 years ago. He is looking back into the information and arguments made in his childhood. I mean, if this is not childhood indoctrination at its best, I don't know what is. 30 years ago, he was 12, uh, which at that age, any of us are at a quite impressionable age, and given the given the opportunity, quite many of um, given to the opportunity, many adults in a position of trust can instill all kinds of um, weirdest some of the most weirdest things into the heads of impressionable 11, 10, 11, 12 year olds, 13-year olds, 14-year olds at that age, between you know in pre from maybe from to 10, from the age of 9 until maybe your early 20s. You're very highly impressionable, but as a 12-year old, more so than later. Bowie says childhood indoctrination at its finest, actually. Yeah. This is so good. I can. Oh, okay. Dot com. Okay. Okay. It's there. Yeah, nibble. I use her all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's obligors.com. So go there if you like. If you're a grown adult and you're of the drinking age and you like beer, go there. Which reminded me, I am planning on setting up a side channel. Uh, a side channel which is which it would be only dedicated only to beer. You know, good beer, tasting. You know, talking about beer, tasting new, tasting good beer, having drinking good beer, uh, in moderation. So making a bit shorter videos. These would be pre-recorded videos, and shorter than my live streams, which are obviously um closer to an hour, uh 45 minutes to an hour. So those would be maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 10-15 minute long minute long videos. And I have no idea when I will be launching this. But in sometime this fall. Okay, so let's say in within the next maybe 2 to 3 months. I don't know, maybe three, yeah, maybe 3 months, 2 to 3 months from now is it's coming up. Probably closer to 3 months from now, it will be going up. But who knows if opens earlier? I don't know. If it opens later, I don't know. But it is coming, and it's actually the channel itself, the physical physical address. Yes, says perhaps with the odd brewery tour every once in a while. Yes, there are some local breweries in Finland which make some good beer, and there's actually at least one, no, I think one, maybe two breweries, small breweries where I live, from where I'm from, originally from Tampere, which you saw the video earlier this summer from Tampere, the pre-recorded video that I uploaded. So I may or may not go up there if I have other business there. If I have other business in Tampere, do which I do every now and then. I visit the town about 4 times a year maybe. So I may or may not. If I just take the time, I'll probably go one of those breweries. Yeah, but there will be stuff about beer. Okay. Okay. Let me just get you. So uh, this is completely unofficial, but this is the uh, this is a draft of please do not share. The ones who read the chats live and live and replay, please do not share. Okay, this is purely for how should I put this? Just for your eyes only. So, and I have plenty of these beers left. And I have plenty of beers that I just love. They're so good. Okay, but check it out. But yeah, just check it out if you want. And yeah. Anyway, I think it's my time to go for today. Studio with me, Stefan. Oh, and by the way, I got a new teddy which I want to introduce you to, but that will be something that I'll do on Friday. Friday show this week. Okay, and this is so I think it's a little lamb that Jens kindly brought me when we met in Berlin just over 2 months ago. No, 3 months ago. And of course, back to each other. Adorable. Yes. Okay. And I'll see you on Friday.